go. Hello, hello, friends. Welcome to ESB Extended Edition. I am so excited. What's up, Judy? What's up, Nettie? Oh my gosh, good evening from Germany. Wow, good evening. Brock is in the chat. What's up? What's up? So excited to have you, and so excited that Patricia, she is on the screen. She's showing her face. Give her a round of applause. We love her so much. So today for this Email Sound Booth Extended Edition, we have a special guest, Brock Johnson. Yes, that Brock Johnson, the Instagram guy. He's coming in on YouTube. Can you believe it? We're really, really excited to have him. He's going to talk about Instagram in 2025, how to, get people off of Instagram onto your email list. That'll be a really fun conversation. And we'll share a special offer for Insta Club Hub, which you guys know I love. It's like EMM for Instagram. So excited. Hey, Janice. Hey, Teresa. Oh, Wendy is here. Shout out Wendy because she is one of the original email marketing membership members. So I just love that you're still hanging out with us. And Michelle's here. What's up? What's up? We're really, really excited. So let's get into it. Normally we have a bunch of segments, but y'all, it's Friday. I just got back from hot yoga. I'm sweating. I can't remember what the run of show is because this is still pretty new. So we're just going to get into it with Patricia on Membership IO. So as y'all know, we have EMM. Y'all, we have had so many iterations. When Patricia came onto the team, it was still in Google Drive. So it was a membership where I was just putting, the links in the emails to Google Drive to get you to get the templates. We've done, what came next, Patricia? I think it was on lizwilcox.com. You're muted. I'll unmute you. There you go.
Yeah, you used Elementor on WordPress.
Yeah. Okay. So y'all, and then we moved over to emailmarketingmembership.com, and we've been having the amazing Bianca Johnson run the membership with Lifter LMS. But y'all know I want to get to 10,000 people in this membership. And I think what we've got right now is not going to hold 10,000 people. So we're moving over to Membership IO. So Patricia, I'd love to hear. And y'all, I haven't even asked her yet. So this is just like a chat between me and her, and y'all are invited. Like what's the scoop on membership.io and how are we doing on that?
We're doing really great. I have most of the templates uploaded. I'm thinking that I haven't even talked to you about this, but I'm thinking that maybe we do a live sometime and get feedback on how people want it set up instead of me and you trying to figure out how people want it. How about we just have people tell us how they want it?
She's a genius, y'all. Somebody give her a raise. Seriously. I guess that would be me. So yeah, I would love that. I love that idea. Maybe the next time we go live in 2 weeks, we can do that, or we can have like a special, anybody can come in. Maybe we'll do it. Y'all, honestly, my schedule is so jam packed. I don't even know when we could do that. So maybe it'll just be the next ESB. But so Patricia sent me a Loom yesterday, and I was really loving the way that the template is going to look different now, guys. So it'll be like video first, which the video has always been like the second or third thing in the template, but it'll be video first. But the thing I'm nervous about with membership.io is the way that they, it used to be called Searchy or whatever, and the way that they use it, it's like video first. So I'm going to have to really, make the videos where I'm saying the name of the template so that it transcribes it and you guys can find it. So that'll be my biggest hurdle, I think. But yes, Michelle, Patricia always sees the big picture. That's why we keep her around, not because we're biologically related and obliged to. She's that good. Okay, so I think that's really all the update we have for like lizwilcox.com and stuff. We'd love to get y'all's opinion on membership.io. I know we're bringing in Brock. He uses it for Insta Club Hub. I see his face everywhere, all over the sales page. That's why I was like, okay, well, if he likes it, maybe I'll like it too. So yes, you remember Searchy? That's what it used to be called, right? So I think I'm gonna take Patricia out, and I'm just gonna bring Brock in, so we don't waste any time. She's like, "Peace out, thank God." Yeah, we love the banter, but we've got things to do today. So I'm gonna bring Brock on and unmute him because I muted him. Oh, hang on, are we good?
I think we're good. I think I'm here.
Yay, I can hear you, y'all. I think we can hear Brock. So, let's get into this baby. So, normally around here we are email first, and I know you are all about the gram. I love that. I love watching your reels. They always crack me up. So, tell me, why should we be interested in and working on Instagram in 2025? What's it going to do for our business?
Yeah, well, let me say this. I am all about email first as well. And I say if you don't have an email list, you don't have a business, especially in the modern day and age. And especially in this time where people think, oh, if I just have some followers on social media, that's a business. And I said, no, that's not a business. That's a time-consuming hobby. Maybe you can make some money that way. You can get some quick wins, but you don't really have a business unless you have an email list. And the reason that I love Instagram is that, and we can get into the weeds and into all the details, but I believe that there's no better platform for getting people off of social media where we're all scrolling all day long, just getting so much dopamine and pleasure and enjoyment, get them off of social media and onto your email list. I don't think there's a platform that's easier to do that on than Instagram.
I love that so much. Heard it here first. If you don't have an email list, you don't have a business. I say the same thing. You just have an expensive or time consuming hobby. So let's
Mhm.
talk about why Instagram is the easiest platform right now to grow the email list when it comes to social media.
Yeah. So I recently had a conversation with Adam Mosseri, the head of Instagram, and something he said in that conversation, and something that he's said numerous times, is that Instagram believes that they are a platform to connect people with their friends, with their interests, with other people. And that goes all the way back to like the early days of Facebook, right? But the way that they do that, the way that they actually facilitate those connections better than any other platform is through the direct messages. Think about like any social media platform that you use. For everyone watching, think about any social network that you use. You probably aren't using the DMs on any platform besides Instagram. Like you're not DMing people on YouTube. You're not DMing people really on TikTok or really on Twitter. Actually, Twitter is now removing their direct messages in the next few weeks, I believe it is. And so the primary platform where we're having these like one-on-one DM personal conversations is on Instagram. And that is why Instagram is such a power player for getting people off of social and onto your email list. Because when you're having that one on one conversation with them, you're able to meet their needs. You're able to get them onto your email list. You're able to provide them with a freebie or a freemium or a download or a product or a course or whatever it is that would be the perfect next step in their journey. But you only know the specific next step in their journey if you're able to have that DM conversation with them.
So let's talk about the DMs because that
Mhm.
sounds really sort of time consuming. And I imagine, I know your goal is to get to 1 million followers. You're so close, dude. It feels so close to me anyway. So how can we make that easier? And I know you have a couple of tricks up your sleeve.
Yeah, I do. First and foremost, I think that, in the early stages when you're first getting started, if you're getting a couple of DMs a day, you should be able to manage those and respond to them in a couple minutes a day. Like it's not going to take up all your free time. But of course, we want to build businesses that scale. We don't want to build businesses that are capped out at 3 messages a day. We want to be able to grow. And so there's really two different ways that you could make this a more efficient and scalable process. And I don't think that you have to choose one or the other. I've done both. One is the human component, which is I have hired a human being to help me with my DMs, to help manage and respond to my messages. Now, I receive hundreds, sometimes thousands of messages in a day. And so that's specifically necessary for me, but that's also pretty costly, right? Like that is expensive to have another human being paid as basically their full-time job to just be answering DMs. It's like a customer service person, but just on Instagram. The other option that I think is way more affordable, way more scalable, way more efficient, and honestly, sometimes gets the job done even better is a tool called DM automation. And DM automation is, I'm sure, and you guys can let me know in the chat if you've seen this before, but it's that thing. And I'm sure you've seen it, where influencers or businesses, brands, whoever, just someone on Instagram will say, comment this word and I'll send you this thing. Comment guide and I'll send you my free guide to becoming a better rock climber or whatever it is. That is DM automation in action. Basically, what's going to happen is when you comment that specific keyword that they have set up in advance, you will then, as the person who commented the keyword, automatically and instantly receive the link or the download or the opt-in page or whatever it is that you specifically wanted. And so it's a really built-in, native, organic, user-friendly way for your consumers, for your followers to get on your email list, right? Because they just saw a great post that you made about 3 beginner tips to becoming a better rock climber. And you're like, hey, for my full guide, which is free, just comment the word guide and I'll send it to you. Now they don't have to go anywhere. They don't have to go to some link. They don't have to hunt down your link in bio, right? They can just comment guide, boom, instantly they get a direct message with that free thing, with the download, and that's how you can get them onto your email list.
Yeah, I love that. So I use ManyChat. Brock, is that what you use as well?
Yeah, it's the most popular. It's the most commonly used. They've got like over 1 million users. It's super well vetted and trusted, and it's the most popular and has the most features. So yeah, ManyChat, ManyChat is my go-to.
Yeah, so let's talk about some ways that we can actually get people to comment guide, right? Because I'm
Mhm.
sure, there's so many ways to write captions and so much advice out there. Put it first, put it last, make your caption, a mile long. Like, what really is working in 2025 to get people to comment those emojis or whatever and go to their
Mhm.
DMs and sign up?
Yeah, I think one of the best ways is actually to focus on the content rather than the caption, because what we've seen is that less than half of people who view your post will even start reading the caption. So if you get 300 views on your reel, you can expect that less than 150 people even started reading your caption. And then what a lot of people do, of course, Liz, is they bury their call to action down at the very, very bottom of the caption. So already less than half of people started the caption. And according to some studies and estimates, it's anywhere between like 5 and maybe on the high end, if you're like a great copywriter, 15% of people who are going to make it to the bottom of the caption. So why would we handcuff ourselves by putting our only call to action, our only opportunity to convert someone in a place where we know that only about maybe 10% of people will see it? So definitely put the call to action in the post. So if it's a talking head reel, say the words. If it's a reel that has some B-roll of you typing on your computer or whatever, and there's just some text on the screen, put it in the text on the screen. Like, don't wait around and hope that someone's going to read the caption. Make it as evident and as explicit and in their face as you possibly can. And then in terms of like what the content should actually be, what we have found to be really effective is to give people a solution, to give people a quick win, to give them a quick tip in the actual post so that they're getting value right then and there. And then your freebie, your download, whatever it is that you are going to offer them to get them onto your email list, that thing is just the continuation, or it's a more in-depth, or it's extra context, or it's the missing ingredient that is going to make this tip actually work. And that's what we found to be most effective for driving people from the post to the actual commenting the keyword and then signing up for the email list.
So, y'all, I feel stupid. I've never even thought to be like in the video, hey, comment guide for what I've only ever put it in the caption. So I'm having like a major doy moment right now. So I love that you mentioned that. That's so, here I was like thinking like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to put it the very first sentence, but I literally never even thought also put it in the video. Duh. Okay, so I'm learning so much. Thank God this is being recorded because I need to go back and remember what's going on there. So awesome. It seems like people are excited. Somebody said, yes, Liz, come on. This is how you get 10,000 members. Absolutely. Using ManyChat. Somebody was just listening to your podcast, Brock. So
Oh, yeah.
you're everywhere. We love it. We love it so much. So we know that this year the DM automation that's really, really working, making sure you say in your talking head video or in your overlay, hey, do this thing. So what I'm hearing from you is like be very clear, be very direct on what you want your potential customer, potential subscriber to do. Is there anything else in 2025 that you see people missing the mark on or missing the opportunity for?
Yeah, absolutely. And first of all, it's not a doy moment. I definitely think that the first line of your caption, that's like the second best place. Like if you're not going to put it in the actual video, I all the time will just put it in the first line of my caption. And I also think that like mixing it up is good. If every single one of your posts ends with you saying, comment this word and you'll get this thing, it's going to lose its luster. People are going to get bored and over it. So sometimes I put it in the post. Sometimes I put it in the first line of the caption. Sometimes it's like buried at the bottom of the caption. Sometimes I'll even comment it on my own post and then pin it to the top of my own comment section so that like literally the only people who would see that call to action are the people who are super engaged and going to comment. So variety is definitely the spice of life and the price of likes. So mix things up, throw in some variety, change things around here and there. But some other things that I think people can take away from this right now, specifically for driving people from Instagram to your lead magnet, email list, whatever. For Instagram stories, we just talked about the feed, right? We just talked about reels and captions. Let's talk about Instagram stories for a second. If you want to get maximum views on your next story, do what is called the STD strategy. Post an STD, if you will. And it's called the STD strategy because you're not going to forget that acronym. And STD
No, we're
stands
not.
for, no, you're not.
You heard it here
STD stands
first.
for
Spread STDs on the
single is
gram.
the S. What'd you say, Liz?
I said spread STDs on the gram. Okay, I'm sorry. I
Yes.
won't interrupt. What does the S
No,
stand
post your
for?
STDs on the gram because posting an STD is how you will get the most views. Now, of course, I'm not talking about sexually transmitted diseases. I am talking about the S standing for single. So when I say single, I mean you're only posting one story in a 24-hour period. You're letting all of the stories that you had previously posted either expire, like their 24-hour time period has run out and they're off, or you've deleted them or archived them. So there's no previous stories. Then you post one single story and nothing afterwards. So no follow-up, no other frames, no other videos, clips, nothing, just one single story. That's the S. The T stands for text heavy. So the story that you're posting, it's not a video story. It's not a photo. Preferably, it's not some pretty graphic that you made in Canva. It is a text heavy story. And some of my most viewed stories are one of two things. They're either like completely solid color background with just like some text on top, like black background with white text or vice versa. Or sometimes it's like a selfie of me where my face is kind of down in the corner and then the text is taking up most of the screen. So again, text heavy. And in that text, you are doing the same thing or you're saying the same things that you would in your reel that was going to promote the freemium. So you're presenting the problem, you're talking about a quick win, you're giving some tips, you're really showing people the value that you can provide, right? That's what's in the text. The text is basically sales copy, if you will, text heavy. And then at the bottom, the most important part of the STD is the D. We cannot have an STD without a D, and the D stands for DM automation, which is what we've already been talking about, right? It's ManyChat. You are simply going to end that text with a call to action that encourages people to reply to the story with this keyword, and you will get this thing. This is tried and true, the proven most effective way to get maximum story views. A lot of times people will see that they, within an hour or two of posting an STD, have their most viewed story of all time. So give it a shot and just remember the most important part of the STD is the D, giving people a specific word. Not reply to this story if you want to learn more, but reply to this story with the word hook. If you want 25 viral hook ideas, reply to this story with the word cliff. If you want to learn how to free solo your first ever cliff, whatever, just something specific for them to reply to get something specific in return.
I love that so much. So STD, single post, T, text heavy, D, DM automation, which And it took so much in me to say that with a straight face, y'all. You should see Patricia in the green room, y'all. She was like falling over her chair, dying laughing when Brock was like, the D is the most important. So we love it. We love it around here. We love it around here. So yeah, Claire for she says single, then wait 24 hours for the text heavy. Or should the
So
single
the
post
text
be
heavy
the text
story
heavy?
is that single story. That single story has all the text and there's nothing else. There's no second story, third story. There's no, hey, here's what I had for lunch today. Just that one singular clip on your stories for the full 24 hours.
Okay, I love that. And y'all, this is so true because when people like the talking heads, I like in reels, but on stories, I'm like, why can't we just have a summation here? Like I
Yes.
don't have all day. I have 20,000 other people I want to see today. So that's
Mhm.
so poignant. I love that so much. And honestly, y'all, I didn't realize that the DM automation could also be in stories. Did y'all know that? Y'all, I'm learning a lot today. I'm learning a lot today. So, yeah, okay. That's awesome. So, is there anything else that I didn't ask you that you think the people should know before we get into Insta Club Hub?
I think those were the most important things that we needed to cover specifically for getting people off of Instagram and onto your email list. There's a much bigger topic that we could talk about for like an hour and a half. Obviously, we don't have time for that today, but it's the idea that the algorithm has changed and it's
Mm-hmm.
always changing. And this most recent iteration of the algorithm, this most recent big overhaul, is that our posts are reaching way more new people, way more non-followers, specifically our reels are
Right.
reaching way more non-followers and new eyeballs than they ever have before. It's kind of what some people have called the TikTokification of the Instagram algorithm. And I would agree with that definition. It's our posts just being shown to less of our followers and more new people. And so there's some really
Love
great
it.
opportunities right now with Instagram where the number of followers you have matters a lot less. And creating content with the strategies that are proven to work is more effective than ever before, because Instagram's kind of leveled the playing field a little bit, which for someone like myself is like a bummer because I'm like, dang, I wish I could get all the benefits of having however many followers I have. But realistically, I see that for the grand scheme of things, it's a much more level playing field and it's a better ecosystem because if you can make good content, you will get the views you feel you deserve.
Yeah. And what I'm loving about Instagram right now is that it seems like a really fun way to grow the email list. Like Brock said, like the TikTokification, if it's showing new people and you can marry your Instagram content with your DM automation, that's going to be a perfect, like fun way to grow your list. So if you need inspiration for like fun reels, check out Brock and I'll plug myself too. I think I do pretty good with the reels. They're super fun. And I only do like two kinds, guys. It's not complicated. Um, and I love creating the reels because it's like, I don't know, it's just fun. You know, there's a lot of stuff that's not fun in business. And I think the people that are really killing it in the game, as far as Instagram and social media, they're having fun with it. Don't take yourself too seriously. I think someone in the chat said, you know, oh, I know nothing, Paula, I know nothing about Instagram. I just repost things that catch my eye. I think when you think of like creating your own content, well, what was catching your eye? It was probably fun or poignant or, you know, meant something to you. Create that content, have fun with it. You know, again, marry it with the many chat or some kind of DM automation. And I'm so excited for you. Okay, so speaking of getting excited, Brock, I know we got to plug Insta Club Hub because I think it's so fun. It's so awesome. It's like the perfect match for email marketing membership, which I know a lot of our viewers are already a part of. But I want to know specifically, like, why did you create this membership and like what is the most fun part of it? Because that's what we're about around here.
Yeah, I love that. So, why we created it was, and I say we because I co-created it with my mom, Shalene Johnson, and we created it because we had both made a bunch of courses relating to Instagram and social media. And one of the real challenges with creating a course that we found out was you create a course about Instagram, and then it takes, a month or two to make it, 3 months, whatever. And then you release it out into the world. And by the time it's released, it's already outdated. Like the information has changed, the algorithm is updated, there's new best practices and strategies. And so then as a business owner, you're kind of faced with this dilemma of, do I sell something that I know is not totally up to date? It's somewhat outdated, or the strategies need to be updated. And do I just kind of accept that? Or am I constantly for the rest of my life going to be updating this course that I'm only getting paid once for? Like someone is purchasing it once, but then I'm updating it forever. As a business owner, that's not smart. You're working indefinitely for a one-time purchase. That's never going to equate to a very scalable business. And so we decided that a membership would be a much better option. That way, instead of having people pay thousands of dollars for a course up front, they could pay a much smaller fee. So it's way more affordable for them. And they don't have to pay thousands of dollars and get access for 14 years. They can pay a small fee, and then they can get access for a couple months. They can learn what they need. They can get in, they can get out. They can grow on Instagram. A year later, there's a big algorithm change. Nothing's working anymore. They can come back in, or hopefully they've stayed a member that whole time and they're just continuing to learn and to grow. But it's better for us as business owners, because then we get to actually have a monthly income as we are taking monthly actions, and as we're actually updating the Insta Club Hub pretty much on a weekly, if not a daily basis at this point. And so it makes more sense for us as a business owner. It's a win-win for the customers or the clients as well. And the most fun part is the community. We have like 6,000 people in the Insta Club Hub right now. And these are all people who have one common goal, which is they want to grow, and probably 98% of them also want to make money on Instagram. There's like a small percentage who just want to grow just because they want some clout, but most of them are growing a business. Like 98, 99% of people in the club are growing their following so that they can grow a business. And so it's really fun to just get to interact with this community. We do a live training every month that is like slideshow, to traditional webinar type training where we give some strategies. And then we have a live training that's more like a small group Q&A where like we all get to turn on our FaceTimes and we all get to see each other and talk about what's working and what we're seeing going on, and bounce ideas off each other, get accountability. And so like that community aspect is just really, really fun and rewarding. And that's something that you get out of a membership that I don't think you necessarily get as much with a course.
I love that so much. And that's what I love about my membership too. It's why I decided, I'm going to live on YouTube this year because I get to hang out with my people all day long. So I love that. And y'all, if you listen, when we say like, oh, we do the once a month live trainings, you might be thinking, oh gosh, what do I need? Like just another call on my calendar. Y'all, brockisthebomb.com. I think Renee mentioned it earlier. Brock came into our membership a couple months ago and did a training. So if you're skeptical, like I was blown away. It was so fun, so interactive. So I can only imagine getting that once a month. Y'all, like the hype level to grow your business. I'm so excited for you to get those. And I know today, and I'm going to put the link in the comments one more time, and I'm going to put it up on the screen. It's just, it's right there. You'll be able to click on it. But I know we are doing a special when you join for a year. I think it's something like 47% off. So it's pretty much half off. We're going to give you bonuses like free B-roll videos. I'm like, yes, please. Because I only pretend to be a content creator. Like I hardly ever have my phone when I'm out and about. Like I just always forget. Y'all, I'm doing this and I forgot to turn on that light that I had my friend come and post, and I'm still using my webcam over here. So like, yes, free B-roll. Awesome. I know you're also going to get like monthly coaching with Brock, custom content calendar every month. Jolynn, I saw you earlier asking about how to batch content when you join Insta Club Hub. Like that custom calendar every month is really, really going to help you do that. Again, the monthly trainings, and just like email marketing membership, you're going to get access to over 100 templates. Again, that's going to help you with batching as well. The community forum is amazing. On-demand lessons. I'm so excited that we can bring back this special. I think we did this back for Lizmas in December. We had a lot of people sign up, a lot of happy people. We're really, really excited. Yes. As Patricia said, Brock is giving it all away, STDs and all. Sorry,
STDs and all, just
I
spreading
had
it
to.
around.
All right. Anything else that I missed about Insta Club Hub that you want to emphasize?
No, I think you really hit the nail on the head. I think that that custom content calendar is something that we added at some point last year. I don't remember exactly when we added that, but it is truly a personalized calendar for each and every member of the club. It's a huge undertaking for our staff to create those calendars every month, but it is truly customized. I know there are other memberships and offers out there where everyone gets the same calendar, or everyone who is a real estate agent gets the same content calendar for the month of June. But instead, we give each and every individual person a unique content calendar with 30 days of post ideas and scripts and hashtags, and here's what to do and here's what to say, to really take the guesswork out of it. Because the whole goal of the club is to have you seeing results on Instagram in the shortest amount of time possible. And if we can tell you, like, give you the instructions of do this, say these words, record this video, it takes all the guesswork out of it, and it just makes it so much quicker and easier for you to actually see the wins that you want.
Okay, that is wild. I remember when you guys brought that up, but I had forgotten that it was actually custom. Y'all, the
Yeah.
annual thing, we're giving it away for like half off. So that's basically when you pay in full, you pay in full. It's like $25 a month just if you just got that calendar. Are you kidding me? Y'all,
Yeah.
don't get no ideas. We are not adding that to my $9 membership. We're not doing it. That's a lot of work. So, Brock, thank you so much for coming on, hanging out, sharing all you need to know. Is there anything else? Well, y'all check him out, Brock Johnson, on Instagram. And, I'm going to put the link uh, to Insta Club Hub one more time. And I'm not going to ask him if there's anything else. That's the worst question. And I've asked him that like 3 times. So thank you so much, Brock. I hope you have a great weekend. And I can't wait to see what everybody does inside Insta Club Hub.
Of course. Yeah, Liz, thank you so much for having me, and I'll see you next week.
Okay. Bye, friend. Okay. Let's bring back out Patricia. Hey, that was so fun.
Brock's energy is just amazing. It's truly, yeah.
Yeah. So, Chris, I'm so sorry I just saw this and Brock already left. But I think you can go to his Instagram and there's got to be content, or you could DM him. But also, Patricia, when we get off this call, we can email Brock and his team about that, Chris, because I think that's a great question. But yeah, Brock, one of the things, and y'all, I say this with love, but when I started talking about Brock, some of y'all were like, I don't know about him. And I'm like, trust me, his energy is real. He's a real nice, lovely man. And he knows all about Instagram. So I'm so, so glad he was willing to come on. And yeah, Brock and I will be hanging out next week at an event called EpicCon. We're both speaking at our friend April's event. So that's in Oklahoma City. If anybody's in Oklahoma City, I think tickets are still available. I don't think it's sold out. It's close to sold out. But I'll be talking about building a $9 membership. I'm sure he's talking about the gram. So super excited about that. Okay. Last thing I want to mention is that Roger is so very late to this party and he will be reprimanded. Just kidding. We want to do the wins and the womps, which honestly, y'all, dang it, Ecamm sent me a dang picture of to put on the screen, and I forgot. But anyway, I want you guys to tell me, what are your wins of the week? What are your womps of the week? And then we're going to go, because in an hour we have an SEO webinar to go to. You guys are all signed up for that, right? Yes. Love Brock, his energy. I meet a lot of people online, and I feel like Brock's energy and mine match. He might be a little less crazy than me. But anyway, Patricia, what's a win that you had for the week?
We had Brock on just now. I guess, getting a lot of membership IO taken care of. So really excited about that.
Awesome. I'm Chris is asking, you missed it. Yeah, this is gonna live on YouTube. So the second we stop recording, you'll be able to like refresh it a few times and start it from the beginning. That's totally fine. Oh my gosh, Carrie scrubbed her list yesterday. Hang on. Where are my sound effects? Where are my sound effects? We need a round of applause. Yay. Carrie, that's a huge win. So share your wins with me. My win of the week is I did not have a mental breakdown. Honestly, guys, like I feel so overwhelmed. Like should I share my calendar? Hang on. My calendar is just so like it ain't it. Can I look at this thing? Like what? Why? Why is it so full? That's not my norm, but it's been my norm for what, Patricia? Like, it feels like 2 months, like since after spring break. And it's like that for another, I think, like 30 days. And honestly, y'all, it's just really getting to me. I'm not even going to lie. So I did everything on the calendar except one thing, but I'm going to get it done today. I even moved my massage, Patricia. I moved my massage, y'all, so that I could get it done. I did not record the podcast for next week. I know. Well, I was trying to get the inbox audit thing done. Anyway, let's go back to the chat. Enough about me. Susie decided to start a printable business for educators. Awesome. That's amazing. Super lucrative. Roger says there's something about a pirate kids on your calendar. That is a win. So yesterday, my daughter and so I live in a town where there's a pirate festival every May, and the pirates come ashore and like take over the town. And so yesterday was like a soft launch of the festival where they had downtown like trick or treating for kids, but it was like a pirate trick or treating. It was super fun. Chelsea got her face painted. Let me just show y'all. It was so fun. One moment, please. It was fun.
That face painting was really great.
Isn't she cute? But it was so she's gonna murder me one day, but she'll never see this. Everyone kept calling her a boy. Everyone kept calling her a boy. Poor thing. But then luckily she got her face painted, but y'all, she was wearing a skirt. They just were like, "Oh, what does he want? Does he like Kit Kats?" I'm like, I guess she kind of looks like a cancer patient.
Oh my. Very
Anyway,
androgynous.
Back to the wins. And y'all share your womps with me as well. So like what kind of fell flat? Paula finished all the drafts. Yay. Thanks, EMM. Love it, love it, love it. Scrubbed your list. Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy for you. This is amazing. Got a client. Launched smoothly. They had a sale. Not within minutes. Okay, Michelle. You're a badass. I want to go to a pirate fest. I think I'm going to go tonight. They're having they're having a concert downtown. Fireworks. The pirates are taking shore. Yes, she is a mini me. And Fonda, I did see your question earlier. I'm so sorry I didn't ask it. I think the difference between Facebook and Instagram DMs is that Instagram is set up for that DM automation where Facebook just has never gotten there. So, yeah. So what was my womp? My womp of the week is that I'm going to be working all freaking Friday night because I'm desperately trying to get ahead. I have this talk, I just mentioned with Brock that I'm doing next week. Y'all, it ain't ready. Patricia do the slides an hour ago, but I was taking a shower. So I'm going to have to do it tonight. Yeah. So the womp is I'm just behind and tired. Patricia, what's your womp? What's not been going right?
You haven't been doing what is scheduled today.
Literal shots fired. Thank God she's 6 hours away, but she will be here next week.
Correct. I'll be able to help keep you on track.
So this is why I love my sister, because she loves me so much. She will fly all the way to my house so that I can go, for my ego, go speak at events, and she can watch Chelsea. So, get yourself a sister if you don't have one. It's great. Patricia's womp is Liz. Siempre. Always, 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 always. So let's hear some womps because, it's good to vent. Roger, what's your womp? If you got jokes like that, sir, you have jokes. What's your womp? I want to hear that. Angeline. Is that how I pronounce your name? That's a pretty name, Angeline. Wrote my onboarding sequence, set up the automation. Awesome. All right. So I'm sure the latency is way off, so we'll get those comments in a minute. But anyway, thank y'all for hanging out. I do want to remind you, again, we do have an SEO webinar coming up. I'm going to put that link in the chat. Would love for you guys to come because there's so many things to do, right, in the business, but really, email. If you're going to do social media, I think Brock is right. Instagram is the spot right now. And then, getting SEO is very important. It's something that we've focused on. It's something I've spent thousands of dollars to have people help me write blog posts, getting the blog posts up. Also, one of the reasons I don't talk about this a lot, but one of the reasons I did a lot of podcasts is there's a lot of SEO on me, right? Like you can Google Liz Wilcox and I pop up because I've done so many podcasts. So I'm going to put that link in the chat. Yes, Michelle, sign up for it. Please, ma'am. Let me get the link.
Nina is hosting it.
Yeah, we are co-hosting, but we're not the ones with the link and everything. So I just put that link there. Fran, yeah, I haven't been active on social since the airing of Survivor because honestly, y'all, Instagram is a scary place for me. People are so mean. But I feel reinvigorated, and I feel like even with that custom content calendar, we could get some stuff done. So there's the SEO. Yeah, if you're not on social yet, Fonda, I really recommend this SEO thing because this is the foundation. It's like email, SEO, social media. So the foundation is email. Like Brock said, if you don't have an email list, you don't have a business, right? Then you want SEO. You want, when I type in your thing, we want you to pop up, right? So that's why, I said, yes, Nina, please do this thing for me and my peeps, right? And then once you feel good about those two things, Instagram is where it's at. So, yeah, get it done. I see Roger's been awfully quiet since this dropped. Roger's been awfully quiet. No womps. All right. Thank you so much, Fran. I agree. I didn't realize it was brave of me until it was over. And I thought, whew, wow, that is not for the weak. That is not for the weak. And by it, I mean the airing. The show, going on the show, that actually, it was hard, but only because I was starving. Mentally it was fine. Physically it was a lot worse. Anyway, love y'all. Thank you, Patricia, for listening to me ramble while you had to sit on camera with me. We love you. And we'll be back in 2 weeks, but hopefully we'll be seeing you in 45 minutes for the SEO talk. All right. Bye, friends.